And three, two, one. Welcome again, everyone. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks for joining again today. We're going to be reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the mid-monthlies. We're going to go from mid-August to mid-September. I guess however it resonates, kind of be a bit of a snapshot as to what's taken place in your life at this particular moment in time. We're going to go off with the order of the day. If you like what you see here on this channel, please be sure to give a like, share, and subscribe. Ding that notification bell so that you don't miss any future postings. And additionally, if you would like a personal reading with me, one that is in tune and resonating with your specific energies, please be sure to give me a shout by getting in touch with me at the information provided in the description box below. I don't know why. I don't know. I have a lot of low energy this week, but I'm gonna try to persevere and get through. I'm gonna read the sign of Sagittarius and see how I feel about it. If I don't get any other signs done today, I'm gonna just fire. I'm gonna just go ahead and fire away at it tomorrow and see how many I can get out. Hopefully three. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead, get started. We'll pull from several different decks. We have firstly the Moonology Oracle Tarot, which is what I'll use to cap off the readings. We have the Rider-Waite, good old trusty Dusty, and finally, we've got the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, which we'll use for clarifying. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We will begin by shuffling Rider-Waite. So, what do we have for Sagittarius for mid-month, from now until mid-September 2024? What do we have for Sagittarius from now until mid-September 2024? What do we have for Sagittarius from now until mid-September 2024? Find one, please. Give me insights into Sagittarius's love life. This is again for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we'll keep it in those three, the big three as we call them. Sagittarius' current energy. Okay. What is their current challenge? Right. Let's put that as well. What happened in the recent past? What's happening in the near future? It's at the core of this reading. It's at the core of the reading. It's at the crown, what is known. What's the likely outcome? Likely outcome. Okay, so what we have here is bottom of the deck for Sagittarius. We have Four of Cups in the reverse. This is, of course, a missed opportunity. This is sometimes, maybe even in some interpretations, this could be actually opening up to it, or at least just making yourself aware of it. I'm going to read this as the traditional interpretation, which is you have an opportunity in front of you. You've had the Three of Cups moment indicated by the Three of Cups in front of them that are already empty. You have a fourth opportunity indicated by the Ace of Cups, and you're just kind of either in meditative contemplation or you're just like, I can't be asked to deal with that right now. Sometimes this is what I like to call the drunk card, because the guy is just absolutely like on the piss right now with a few cups in his hand, set in front of him, and they're like, "Oh, one more." You're like, no, thanks. I need to get home." So what I'm getting from that energy is that there has been an opportunity, you've passed it up, and now you're kind of like sat thinking about, am I sure that this was the right thing for me to do? So, what we're getting at here, we have two cards here indicating your current energies right now, which are the Ace of Cups, and then you have the Six of Pentacles. This is giving to a new love prospect. And when this comes in, what this indicates to me, what I feel intuitively, that maybe someone has stirred your interest, someone is, or maybe that you're finally opening up to the idea of new love, or maybe opening yourself up to something that you feel strongly passionate about. And this could be anything like projects. This could be, new love interests. It could be, travel, going, doing things that you feel that you really enjoy. Make your soul sing a bit. The challenge for this, though, however, is the Six of Wands in the reverse and the Two of Swords in the reverse. And what this indicates to me is that you're afraid of. I'm getting the impression that a fear of failure. That's the first thing that comes to mind. So if this has been like a project or a business or something that you've opened up, you're afraid of failing at this business. And what it's telling me is that you're standing firm. You need to be able to stand firm and resolute, to be able to make strong decisions, that, you're not really too worried about the outcome of those decisions. You have to at least move forward in some capacity. So the challenge here is about making the right decisions that will allow you to be victorious in the future. So when we get to this, what we're going to talk about a little bit in the past, you had a Ten of Swords in the reverse moment. And what this tells me is that you have dealt with a strong betrayal that has left you reeling. You are getting over that betrayal, though. So when the Ten of Swords in the reverse, that usually shows that you are making some progress in the healing part, moving past the betrayal and moving past the worst case scenario of this particular incident. So, for example, if this was in the past and this was a boss, the boss probably was a bit of a prick, and they stabbed you in the back, they laid you off, terminated you. Or if this was a love relationship, this is someone that, laid all the game out and then eventually left you high and dry, as they say. What is this about? Yep, and here we go. Three of Swords, also in the reverse, clarifying that. So, painful heartbreak about a betrayal. Clarify that again once more. Two cards come out. You have the Eight of Swords, and you have the Six of Cups. So it was someone maybe that you thought a little fondly about, or maybe you think about the situation in a more retrospective light. You have the Eight of Swords, Three of Swords, that equals the 11 of Swords. That's and then you have the 10 of Swords. So all of these swords together, that is 8, 3, 11, 10, 21, Three of Swords, right back to that. It all comes back to the heartbreak that you experienced from this incident. What caused this incident? Can we get some clarity on that? What caused this incident? This is a King of Pentacles, a person who I believe is either Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or strong Pisces in their chart. Sometimes that can be Cancer, but it really depends. I'm going to keep it as Pisces for now. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then Pisces. So this person broke your heart, like really absolutely devastated you, because all of the swords energy that we find here. And what you're doing now, you're finally pulling yourself out of that negative energy to move towards the future, which is the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Please clarify the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Please clarify the Ace of Swords in the reverse. That's the Three of Cups in the reverse, which indicates another betrayal or third party situation. We'll clarify that once more. Okay. and the Emperor. So this is an Aries. Aries person comes into your life who is basically in a third party situationship, or perhaps if we look at this in a business sense, you have a new boss comes in with similar energies, I would assume, and it was a bit misleading. I would actually even go as far as to say if we could apply this in a broader scope or spectrum. I think that you're playing your cards a bit more strategic in this particular sense. You're not really telling people what you're doing, and you're not you're not really interested in telling the world your plans. I think you're being a bit more strategic about this because with this Emperor, the Ace of Swords, and then the Three of Cups, both in the reverse, the Emperor and the upright, it shows that the Emperor energy is actually positive. It could be a person that you meet, but then again, it's like with the Three of Cups in the reverse, like you don't really feel like interacting with other people. And then additionally, you have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, is that you don't really feel like telling other people. So it's almost like you're doing a venture solo. And eventually, what this is talking about is not really being open to connecting with people and not really being open to speaking to people. What is this about? What is this linked to? Knight of Swords in the reverse. Again, more energy about not speaking, not acting or interacting or reaching out to the external world. So it's almost like a silent emperor who is basically laying their plans and trying their best not to give their plans away to the enemy or who you would perceive to be the enemy. Um, Now we go into what's at the core of all of this, the Page of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Page of Pentacles. Um, Strength in the reverse. Let's clarify that a bit more. Seven of Swords in the reverse. So what I'm getting here intuitively is that you have finally come to the conclusion in your internal core that what you've experienced in the past gave you a very valuable lesson about practically approaching the way you interact with other people, whether this was love or work related. It's almost like you gave way too much in the past, and now you're realizing that it's important for you to conserve your energy as you move forward. Because what we saw is that the lesson that you learned here, Page of Pentacles, is that you gave up a lot of your strength in the reverse, which left you exhausted. And additionally, Seven of Swords in the reverse, there were a lot of guilty people with, there are a lot of people with guilty consciences around you that led to the dissolution of many of the relationships you had in the past. This could be applied in multiple fronts. The reason being is because I think this is an energy that permeated your interactions with a lot of others. So, what you're doing now is you're trying to take these lessons into the future about the way that you interact, speak, and give to people. So that way you can build things that are a bit more solid because Emperor is number four being of stability. And that is if you're going to build the stability around you, you're going to do it in a way where you're not letting your opponents or your competitors, your rivals, or the people around you know. And this could also be like because the Seven of Swords can also be an energy of speaking about strategy. In the past, you didn't really have a strategy. Now you're going to take that into the future and build a solid foundation for the way you speak and deal with people. It's almost like if you've ever spoken to someone who works for an intelligence agency, they're always gathering information in the background. I don't see the Page of Swords here per se, but I get strong Page of Swords energy. And I think it's more at a more senior level than a page. That's why it's not coming out. Say, for example, you were building a business. In the past, you were like, it's so great. Look at me. I work for this company. It's so great. this is what we're doing. And then the company is like, fuck off. We need to keep the money. They terminate you, they let you go, and then all of a sudden you just shakes your foundation, leaves you with a lot of heartbreak. So into the future, as you start your own venture, you're not going to be saying much to people about what you're doing until it's actually done. And that's what I kind of get in that. Now, what we can say about the future. So once again, we have the Four of Cups. It's come out. And what we talk about here, you're thinking not too fondly about the past. And I think what you're doing now is you're allowing yourself to reject things that you don't want to be a part of moving into the future. Because the Four of Cups is normally a card of rejection, or it's a card of passing things up. Um, the things that people offer you, like everyone wants to offer you their cup, whether or not it's a really good one can be up to you. Like, for example, when you look in the Seven of Cups, it's always good things, bad things as well, what people offer you. Some people can offer you some good things. Some people can offer you some really awful kind of business propositions or dates or things like that that would seem on the outside like they were worthwhile. But if you're a drunkard, you don't really care where you get those cups from. However, in this case, I think you're being more discerning because that came up for the second time. It's not to say that you haven't drank anyone's cups. You've drank Three of Cups, which is the reunion. It's the reconciliation. It's the good times with people. Now you've entered that fourth cup. It's time to pack it up and go home and do your thing. We'll pull one more card for that. Justice. Yeah, you're doing that. You're putting those boundaries in place because you want to make things fair, which is the Justice card here. And Justice card being number 11, that also equates to the Three of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Together, 11 of Swords. 11 also for Justice, that's the Libra's card. So if you have Libra in your chart, perhaps, that would resonate with you. Moving into this, overall, what I get, the approach or the thing that I'm getting now, is a person. Okay, here's the thing I talk about. I talk about this with people generally, and it's like the approach that protesters use versus the approach that intelligence agencies use. And the protesters will go, they'll say, "Oh, we have strength in numbers, and we'll come out and we'll raise hell and we'll fight for this cause." Well, intelligence agencies don't do that. They have a small number of people. They go into a place, they create chaos in uh, specific ways, if you want to look at it that way, or they gather intelligence in specific ways that allows them to be effective, to gather the right names, to single out certain people, to dissolve a cause, or things like that, or to maybe boost other causes, things like that. So, are you going to play checkers or are you going to play chess with the people in the future? And that's what this whole reading is talking about. And so for you, what I get for the final outcome is the Four of Pentacles, and that's still you holding back that energy. That's what I'm getting from that. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. You get two major arcana. You've got the Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. These, one is double the other, basically. The Wheel of Fortune is when things start to move forward, or they can sometimes fall backwards depending on how the wheel is spinning for you. And Judgment is the universe making a firm decision. So your success is going to be in your temperance, the ability to know when is enough, when to say when. Could be a title for this whole thing. But what I'm saying is that when you're able to hold back and keep those boundaries, for example, not putting your business all the way out there, operating in secret will allow you to strike harder than someone who's brazenly going out there trying to impress others. And I think what you should do at this particular moment in time is think back to all the times in which you've been betrayed. Did you give too much information or stuff in the past? Did you gather too little information? Did you give a proportionate response when the betrayal did happen? It's time for you to start striking in a way that will be effective against your opponent's rivals and enemies, instead of allowing yourself to be doormat, which is what keeps popping into my head. Sagittarians normally aren't doormats. They usually let things roll off the bat. But it's time in this case for the Sagittarian to stop saying, oh, well, I'll get over it, keep moving forward, and instead be a bit more preemptive in the way you deal with people. So in the workplace, stop telling everyone your business. Don't pretend that people are your friends, and tell your boss to fuck right off when he or she starts to do things that compromise the integrity of the company. If this is a relationship, you don't have to spend all of your time together. You don't have to tolerate anyone's snide remarks, comments. Don't allow for people to abuse you. Don't allow people to treat you like a footrest in someone's court. Learn how to say when. So we see here we have two cards that came out. Nothing will come of this situation, which is void, of course. Giving everything to people that don't deserve it, and not having that temperance in order to step back and know when you need to fight for yourself or to conserve your energy. Nothing will come of that. And also, confidence is the key to your success. This is another fire card. This is a new moon in Leo. So this is at the crest or the crux of when you start to develop that confidence that you need in order to be a strategic person. The Leo card is also a card of military as well. I tend to look at Leo and Virgo as being both cards of the military, where you have the Leo as the general and the Virgo are the soldiers, because the Virgo, again, is the Virgo because no one can touch them. It is a card of defense, discernment, dissemination, things of that nature, putting things in their rightful place, the same way that you would with an army or a military. And that allows for them to be very intellectually capable. That allows for them to debate well. It allows for them to deal with lots of things at once and multitask. And it is that same energy as applied to this Leo here, Leo energy. It's about knowing when to make the right decisions. What we saw here first. This is the Leo card, is your challenge. And then you have the air sign, which is the Two of Swords in the reverse, which is about making the right decision. In the upright, it's usually lacking the capability to decide on something. But what this is all about, this is about you stepping into your power, being more like a, strategist, even a mafia boss if you want to go that far. But you have to operate like your own mafia. If you do that, perhaps you'll get taken advantage of much less, and you will be a more successful person. I always tell people, channel your Don Corleone energy. Do that. Less of this and more of this. Makome. Anyways, this is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. If you would like, if you enjoyed what you saw here on this channel, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding that notification bell so you don't miss any readings from the future or for the future. And additionally, if you would like a personal reading, one that is in tune and resonates with your specific energy, please be sure to get in contact with me at the information provided in the description box below. A lot to say. Thanks so much. Till next time, love and light.